Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Lani and GVs. It's been such a long time, and for that reason I am going to add on top of my general what I learned in a month series. I'm going to add the most YouTuber thing I have ever done before, a life update. Okay, so I'm going to go over all the things that happened in July because guys, I was not on top of my game when it comes to content creation, but if you do follow me on TikTok, you're most probably up to date. But there's gonna be some juice when I'm telling it, because a vlog just shows you what I did, but it doesn't get you inside my head. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, so let's get into that. Okay, my darling friends, so like I have said, I have not been on top of my content creation game, not at all. Like how long ago was it since I posted here on YouTube? So I'm going to try. I know that I failed before, but I'm going to try and make this video for you while I'm doing my makeup, so I can make another video straight after this to make sure that for sure the next 2 weeks are gonna have videos on Wednesday, vlogs on Friday, and hopefully a song or two every Monday on Monday. Yeah, all right, so let's do that. The first thing I want to get into is the usual thing that I do over here. So what I learned in July. So I'm going to tell you what I learned on the first week of July, only just because some things that I went through, I can't really say that I learned something. I discovered some things about myself and just some things, right? I have not gotten to the point where I'm like, oh yeah, I've learned a certain lesson that I want to share. But what I do want to share is in the first week of July, I think on the 4th particularly, this is something that I've always known, but it didn't quite click the way that it did that day. So I was just thinking about my fear of abandonment, and I was just thinking about where it stemmed from, because from the beginning, I guess the first person to ever leave me was my dad, and I don't even know whether or not I was born yet when he left. And then my mom, she had to leave me at home when I was like 2 years old, and I'm pretty sure that left a wound within me. I was just thinking about how funny it is how the brain of a child works, because I don't even know how to explain it, but when you're a kid you look at things differently, and the funny part about that is you hold on to how you looked at them even when you're an adult. I realized that the fear did not entirely revolve around just my mom and dad. It was also everybody that I loved. I wrote a verse to a Pop Smoke song. Okay, so those instrumentals with an open verse, I think it was What Do You Know About Love? And there's a line where I say, the picture in my head is always of someone leaving, never the same person, but they always leave me grieving. And I just realized like how true that is, because in my head, and it doesn't only mean romantic partners, my favorite uncles and aunties didn't live with us, but they would come and visit because we lived in the urban areas, and my granny was one of those few people in the family that had a house in the urban areas, so people would actually come and visit, right? And because I was the only child there, people were just really nice to me, and they would play with me, buy me things, and naturally as a child you feel the kind of love that you don't get on a daily basis. Like, I don't want to lie, my granny did the best that she could, and she really loved me, but you know how you feel when there's visitors and they're giving you attention, they bring you gifts and all these things, right? And I think it broke my heart when they left, and at a point there was no warning. I guess when you're a child you don't realize when you're growing that okay, now you're grown up, certain things cannot happen. Here's a good example. One of my favorite uncles, is a soldier. He came home once or twice a year. And whenever he did, as soon as I saw him, maybe he would come when I'm at school, right? And then I see him when he's coming from the shops or something. He is a drinker, so he could go and drink or whatever and come back home in the late hours of the afternoon. And as I would see him coming, if I was playing in front of the gate or something like that, I always ran towards him, and always he lifted me up. Like, you know how you do a baby? You lift the baby up and you throw it in the air, and it's just happiness. This one time, I think I was 10 or 11, I ran to him and he was like, oh my God, you are so heavy now. And he used to call me Sissy. Everyone called me Sissy, which was like a really cute pet name. And after that, he started calling me by name, like my first name. I did feel a shift there because he had never called me Amu before. It was still short for my first name, but it was just like, I was like, what the hell happened? And at the time, I guess I was hurt, and it ran deeper than I thought, because all these things I realized while I was meditating and doing shadow work. And I realized that it ran deeper because I called my sister to tell her about this, and I cried. Now, at 25 years old, I was 25 in July, and I was crying. Like, I feel like everyone left, and I'm realizing now that my brain as a child took it. They left because they didn't love me. So, or people always leave me because nobody loves me, or those that love me always leave me. And I'm just realizing those favorite uncles and aunties that I expected would be there to love me forever, they didn't leave with us. They had to go and be with their own families. They had to go and work. Like, people have lives to live. And as a child, you don't understand this. And the beliefs that you build up then you keep with you. If you don't heal them, that becomes your belief system forever. So I had to, I know this is gonna sound weird, but I had to talk to my inner child. I've been having to, because like it's a wound I've had for over 20 years. So I have to work on that, and I don't really know how, because I'm just going off the information that people provide on the internet. But I've had to talk to myself, my inner child, to tell myself that they love you, they loved you, but they had to go and work. They had to go and live with their immediate families. They had to lead their own lives. And with Umalumu Vusa, I grew up, it was going to be very inappropriate for him to be doing imagine after 10 or 11 years old with a skirt. You know, as a child you don't know things, but like he would throw me to the air, and if I'm wearing a skirt, something like that. I know he's a parent and it's not supposed to be taboo, but the world we live in, it's very inappropriate for your uncle to be looking up your skirt, whether it's playful or not. So I didn't think of all these things when I was a kid, Mina. I was thinking people are leaving me because they don't love me. That is what. So what is the lesson? The lesson, meditation and self-reflection, even praying and fasting is very important when it comes to healing your childhood trauma, because you hold on to some things that make no bloody sense just because this is the conception you had with your child mind, and now you're an adult and you're still carrying these things around, and they are hurting you within your relationships and how you navigate life. This has affected me a lot. It has affected a lot of my relationships. There are people that I'm mending relationships with now, and I'm realizing how blind I was. And it's just like, you know, you blame other people. Oh, they always leave. Oh, they don't love me. And you don't look at the behavior that you have or the beliefs that you have that lead you to behaving a certain way in relationships. You know what I mean, right? So that is what I learned in the first week of July. Now, life update number 1, you guys, I entered a competition in June, a Standard Bank competition, and I won. I did tell you this, right? I remember inserting this in yes, I think I did insert it in a certain video. Oh, you know this. Whatever, I'm gonna tell you anyway. I won and I went to the event and I met some wonderful people. I think there's gonna be a vlog soon. It's gonna be a messy vlog, hey, because I wanted it to be a monthly vlog and I failed at it, Shem. I don't want to lie to you, but there's going to be some fun clips there from several things that I'm going to mention here, including the Standard Bank event. So yeah, there's that. Just the other day I was trying to figure out how to use the gimbal. I am still not sure whether it's called a gimbal or a gimbal. Anyway, so I won that competition. I'm currently using, oh yeah, I remember I told you this, like I'm currently using that phone to film. I'm so thrown off by the fact that I just realized that this I told you already know. Anywho, the 26th of July was my son's birthday, and guess how old he was turning? I have a 9-year-old son, you guys. 9 years old. Like, that is, yeah, he's that old now. Shit is getting real. I am waking up to the fact that I am actually a parent. This is not a dream. It is not a sick joke that someone is playing on me. It is 100% real. Okay, I'm raising a whole human being. That is concerning. Okay, so about my son's birthday. Okay, so Lil Baby's mama was out of the country, so I had to be with Lil Baby daily, and I asked her if I could go home on the day. So I went home on the 26th in the morning, and my son wanted to go somewhere, and then he changed his mind. He said he wanted to have a lot of food, like instead of an experience like going to Bounce or something. He said he wanted to get a lot of food. So okay, we got that, and that was fun. I got some alcohol, obviously. And okay, my sister and I were drinking, and then my brother-in-law pitched up, and yeah, we had a very fun family blah blah. Yeah, guys, I need to watch this. But yeah, I'm gonna show you some snippets of what I took on the day. My brother-in-law brought his brother. I still don't know whether I'm supposed to say my brothers-in-law. Am I supposed to say my brothers-in-law? My brother-in-law's brother is also my brother-in-law, right? So yeah, he brought his brother and we caught up. We hadn't seen him in a while, so that was fun. And okay, on that same day, I saw Luke. And it didn't go well. When I say I saw Luke, I mean I saw Luke. If you know, you know. Anyway, but it didn't go like well. Like, it was not great. There were just some things that happened that were weird. I don't think that I am ready to talk about this, so I'll just leave it there for now. Like, I'm still navigating through it, right? And I'm going to update you in another point. But yeah, I saw Luke and just things were a little bit weird. But anyway, so my family, we had fun. I drank and I was very, very hungover the next morning, and I had to come back here because, you know, Lil Baby's mama was still out of the country and there was a part-time nanny here and she had to go home. So I did come back, and Lil Baby is familiar with the part-time nanny. Like, she knew the part-time nanny before, not before she knew me. I think she knew me before she knew the part-time nanny, but she seemed very attached to her, and she was very upset when she left. So in the morning, that morning, as soon as she left, we went to the park. And while we were at the park, I got a wonderful phone call. I got a phone call from the DSTV, the people from the DSTV Content Creator Awards, and they told me that I was nominated under the Emerging Kasi Creator Awards. And I'm just really proud of myself, and you guys should vote for me. I am going to leave the link in the description box. I'm probably going to be popping some stuff on the screen for you to see as well, but the link is in the description. And I will also link a video that I posted on TikTok to give you instructions on how to navigate through the voting, because sometimes some people have trouble doing that. So yeah, my first ever award nomination. I am looking forward to winning it, and you're gonna help me. Thank you very much. So after that, Mara guys, the way I was so hungover, like I was hungover, but I was happy because I was happy because I saw Luke, but it wasn't good, but it wasn't bad because I was happy the next morning. Just things started spiraling afterwards, you know. Anywho, so I was really hungover, but I was very, very happy. I was very high on life, and then I got that phone call, and that was just like the best day ever at that time. Okay, so I spent a couple of days here, and on the 31st of July, another wonderful thing happened. Lil Baby's mama moved back to Gauteng. I didn't really like see her much on the 31st because she arrived in the evening, and as soon as she got downstairs, she was like, okay, yeah, now you can go home so that you can be home on your birthday. But basically on the 31st of July, she moved back home. Alright, so yeah, that's another major thing that happened. Lil Baby's mama moved back, and literally I'm filming this on the 12th of August, and you know, we live together now. She's actually in the other room sleeping. She has flu, so like she is really struggling, but yeah, life is good. And then so I went home that day and spent the night at home, which was great. And my son was awake. Was he awake? I think he was awake close to midnight, and he was like, happy birthday, blah blah blah, which was really cute. And my brother-in-law called and said happy birthday as well. And then my sister did my hair at night, and the following day we went shopping. I will show you my outfit. I was absolutely crazy about it, particularly the shoes. Please, the shoes. Ooh, the shoes. I feel like the shoes I manifested because I looked at them once. I passed by the shop and I was like, I want those shoes. One day I'm gonna come back for those shoes. And I totally let it go. Like I never even thought about it again. And just like that, boom, I went on my birthday and bought myself those shoes. Are you eating my outfit up? Yeah, okay, cool. So my intention was to go to Monte Casino and go to the bird gardens, right? And I thought, okay, I'm gonna go to Monte Casino, go to bird gardens, and my sister and I would go maybe and have a cocktail or two and just like go back home and maybe go home and get drunk or something. But I was really gonna be satisfied with seeing the birds and like the snakes and stuff. So we got there, and the first thing I wanted to do was get crystals because I've been singing, I want to get rose quartz, I want to get rose quartz. And lately I had been hearing a lot about carnelian, and I was like, no shit, I need to get that. Like yeah. So I went and I actually did get the rose quartz. I have so many crystals here with me. I think I have 3. This is citrine. I got that on the day as well. Oh, that's carnelian. Oh, hey there. That's rose quartz. Yeah, so I finally got my desired rose quartz, and this is 2 Vele. I got all these on the day. I did buy more afterwards, but days later. But these are the ones I got for myself then. And then we went looking for the bird gardens. It was late in the day, so I found out that it was closed. Apparently they open around 8 in the morning and then they close at 5. So I was really disappointed. But my brother-in-law, his name's Arnold, by the way, Arnold joined us, and guys, he made that night so wonderful. Like, he made it so much better than I thought, and that is one of the best things anyone has ever done for me. So we went to, funny enough, we went to a restaurant he used to work at, and you know, we hung out there. We had some drinks and had some food and some shisha. One thing about me, I start having shisha and I start drinking, I am not gonna eat. So I didn't really eat much, but I had so much fun. We were laughing and just having fun, and it was just so wonderful, you guys. I do not know how to, I don't think I can explain it in a way that you could feel the same thing that I felt, because I was so happy, on top of the fact that this is the first birthday of mine that I remember ever being excited about. Because I think I was excited by my birthdays when I was a kid, and I was always disappointed. So I started believing that, you know, nobody cares about my birthday, so neither should I. I didn't for a long time. So this year, for some reason, I was like, yeah, middle finger to that. We are not doing it. Yeah. Yeah, so guys, he did everything. Like, we didn't intend to go there, and he took us there, and he made it so amazing, and it was a lot, and he paid the entire bill, and I was like, wow. Wow. No, but really, it was so nice to be celebrated and have fun to the fullest, and on top of that, not worry about the bill. This might not be a big deal for a lot of people, but it is for me. I always do everything myself, you know. So yeah, that is what happened. And on the second I talked to Luke again, and I get things went south, and I don't think anything is gonna happen there anymore. Like, it'll good rough, guys. I haven't healed from it, because I was still hung up on this person, and I was trying to heal and go through it, and seeing him again, I think it gave me a jolt of hope, because yeah, but like, I haven't healed from it. I'm still really struggling with it. So I don't think I'm ready to talk about it yet, or I don't think I have. I think there are some lessons within that I am in the process of learning, but I am not at a point where I'll be able to share. So when I am ready, we can talk about it. If I get ready, we can talk about it. If not, well, I'm sure there's other things that I will learn about that I will share with you guys. Isn't it funny that I am nowhere close to being done with this makeup look, but I am done with the video. So I think I'm gonna have to cut this off and come back with the full makeup look to show it to you, and then I can film the other video afterwards. Yeah, deal? My beautiful friends, I do not know what the perfect area for me to show you what I look like would be, so I'm just gonna keep moving to be in front of the sun, perhaps. There we go, there's the sun. Okay, this is the look. It feels uncomfortable here in the corners of my eye. I think some glitter keeps getting in there, and it's moist, obviously, but this is the finished look. The sun is shining way too bright, but I hope that you enjoyed that video, friends, and I'm going to see you on the vlog on Friday. I'm so happy to be back. It's giving me such a wonderful thrill. If you're new here, do subscribe. This is always the vibes. I'm always talking about my experiences and what I learn through them. and I also do fun fact videos and other self-improvement tips, and I post vlogs. Also, I'm a songwriter, so you're gonna see music and stuff like that very soon. So do stay tuned, subscribe, like, and follow me on TikTok, because I am forever on TikTok. I'm always, when I'm not active on other platforms, I'm always active on TikTok. Okay, if I'm not active on TikTok, something is wrong. Sometimes something is right. Sometimes I really just be too happy just living in the moment, and I just take a little break. But I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.